go live on YouTube, it says you're live. I thought it said you live. I said, who they got working at YouTube now? Okay. Hello, guys. Welcome back to SunshinehazeCo. I am AUJHA. I am here with the video for the Aries new moon, which will be happening in a couple of days. Yes, check me out being cardinal like Aries. Like, I'm actually a cardinal sign myself, but like being cardinal like Aries and getting to the business before it happens. So that's crazy. I can see where I bruised my face when I was doing, you guys, you know, you get into the bathroom and you start doing your beauty routines and then you're like, let me see what else I can do. And I have an acne kit and I started doing extractions on my face, and so my face is, I went a little too hard. My face is a little bruised. So I'm like, oh, I can see that. That's crazy. Okay, anyway, so this is the Aries new moon video. This is going to be happening on Friday the 1st. April Fools, but no April Fools. I do not even participate in April Fools per having several younger siblings. I don't even answer my phone on April Fool's Day because of that. But yeah, so this new moon is happening on April Fool's Day. It's going to be Friday this year. And this is the first lunation, first lunar transit, the first new moon, the first moon, anything of the astrological year. Aries starts off the zodiac year. So Aries is the first season of the zodiac year. It is also the first season of the springtime. We're in the first full season of the year. Spring is the cardinal season as well. So we've got a lot of cardinal initiative energy coming with this one, okay? It is going to be in 11 degrees, and I'll talk about that master number energy a little bit further on into the video. But let's get into the basics for the Aries new moon. When we have a new moon, what does that mean? It means the moon is in conjunction with the sun. And what happens is it looks like the moon is not in the sky, but if you got good eyesight like I had when I was little, you could still see the outline of the moon. But I can't see it no more, you guys. I do wear glasses. So you got the moon appearing as if it's not in the sky. And so speaking to the energy when we have the new moon, there is the energy of a little bit of mystery, a little bit of, you know, being anxious. There's also not anxious is not the word I'm looking for. Anticipation. It's an anticipatory energy. There's also this energy of being rejuvenated, refreshed. This is a time in which new chapters are starting, new relationships and companionships are forming, new conversations are being had, especially with the cardinal energy attached to Aries. It's like that is also amplified. Okay, so that is new moon energy on a basic level for you guys that are just getting into the astrologies. I already gave you the dates. Oh, that makes sense. I was like, why is so depending on where you are is going to really tell you what time and what day the new moon is happening. But I've been seeing a lot of stuff online saying that it's happening on the 31st. The new moon is at 2:24 in the morning, and in my notes I do Eastern Standard Time. So it is the first. And so I'm speaking to the first. And so when I talk about the numerology, I'm speaking to the numerology of the calendar date of April 1st, okay? Which I have not put my calendar up yet. So I'm glad I said that and turned around. Okay, guys. So with that being said, this moon is going to be in Aries, and I did speak a little bit to Aries energy. I mentioned that it is cardinal. And for those of you guys that don't know what that means, cardinal, breaking that down, it's just it's a starter's energy. Put it to you like that. So we've got this energy of initiation, being very initiative. We've also got Aries is optimistic, they're dominant, they're very dynamic. Aries tend to be leaders. What else do I got down here for you? They're strong. Aries energy is very, very strong. They are risk takers. And on the shadow side, they can be a little impulsive, also a little rebellious. This is a fire energy, and as we know, the main like shadow quality associated to Aries is selfishness. So those are the shadow Aries energies. But on the light side, we got a lot of good popping, motivational, charged up energy with this fire sign. Okay. With this new moon, the overall energy speaking to Aries and the new moon, that cardinal, getting things started, things popping off double times. And also we've got 11, which amplifies the energy of the number 1. So like starters energy is really big here for this lunar transit. Okay. For this moon, the overall energy really speaking to us feeling like we are just ready to hit the ground running, do all the things that we've been wanting to do. And speaking specifically, especially if you've been working on or thinking about something, like going heavy at it, going hard at it as of recent, currently, this is a time in which you are really going to like light the fire under your own self and really charge forward with that, like the Aries ram. Okay. There are also a couple of aspects happening that bring in this big healing energy for the next month, because I'm speaking about the lunar cycle. When we're talking about these lunar cycles, we're going from new moon to full moon of that lunar cycle. We're also going new moon to the next new moon. We're also going new moon to the full moon in the sign. And then we're also speaking of the cycle of the new moon to the next new moon, which will be happening next year in this particular sign. But the energy is most prominent between the new moon and the full moon, and most intense around the actual transit and the shadow of the transit, which tends to be 3 to 4 days prior to and 3 to 4 days after. And I'll talk about that a little bit, speaking to rituals, in a couple of minutes, you guys. So speaking to, this healing energy and this, feeling like we're ready to charge forward, we've got a few aspects popping off with this new moon. And there's actually quite a few aspects, some minor aspects too, but I'm going to speak to 3 major aspects for this particular video, just to keep it simple, keep it short, keep it cute. We've got the moon, Mercury, and also Chiron, however you want to say it, tomato. I've literally had conversations about how do you say the name of this thing, because I have literally heard it pronounced. I have heard this Chiron pronounced as many ways as I've heard my own name pronounced. Just imagine how people say AUJHA if they don't know how to read. You know what I mean? So tomato, y'all know what I'm talking about. But we've got Chiron, we've got the moon, and we've also got Mercury all in conjunction with each other. So these planets, asteroids sitting right on top of each other. Not right on top of each other, but they're all in a little cluster in the same sign, in the same energy for this particular transit. So you've got the moon, which governs emotions, which governs our feelings, spirituality. You've also got Mercury, which is considered the communication planet. It's also the perspective planet. And if you read like old astrology books, well, I don't want to say old, but like if you read like not so modern astrology books, when they speak about Mercury as a planet, it's often referred to as the planet that governs, what is it? Sisters and brothers and neighbors, which is just a fancy, really interesting way of saying friendships and companionship. So you've got the friendship, companionship, which that's also kind of 11th house energy, but it does also come with Mercury too. You've got that friends and neighbors and sisters and brothers energy. You've also got the communicative energy, and you've got the perspective energy with Mercury as well. So you've got all of these planets in conjunction with each other, which is where that big healing energy comes in because of Chiron. That is the healing, the asteroid of healing. And I'm gonna keep it very simple with that one, because I'm trying to keep these videos a little bit shorter, and I also want to keep them very simple and basic, so that people who are just getting into astrology have an understanding when they hear people talking about this stuff on the internet. You know what I mean? I had to learn everything for myself, and I remember watching videos and going like, I have no idea what you're saying, like, but I'm gonna look this up when I get out of here. So if I can save you the time from having to look something up, and I mean definitely do your research, but we're gonna keep it cute in the video for those purposes. So all of these planets, all these energies mixed together bring us to this space to where the things that we need to heal from are going to be popping up, or will be in these positions to where we're going through the motions of finishing up these healing things, so that we can be in the positions to charging forward with that Aries, fiery ram, cardinal initiative energy. Okay. And because we've got Mercury thrown in there, there's also definitely a big chance of conversations that need to be had popping up. This is a fire energy. This is also coupled with the moon. Anytime you have the moon in water, or you got the moon in fire, you can expect emotions to be swirling around, but it's not always negative. People tend to put this negative twist on anything emotions and anything sensitivity. I don't know why I said that like that, because it's not the word I was trying to use, but you know, it's not always bad. You may have some very, you know, cathartic emotional conversations during this time that start by way of tapping into some combustible Aries new moon energy, you know what I mean? But understand that processing and working through the emotions is what this energy is meant to be used for. And tapping into those things puts us into those spaces to charge forward, to come into these new perspectives with Mercury, to have that healing with Chiron, to have the understanding of our feelings, to have the feeling of, okay, I do feel refreshed now because I am healed, or I am actively healing. Okay. And that's all I want to speak to as far as the energy of the moon goes. Let's get a little bit into let's get into the numerology. I mentioned that the energy of 1 is big for this moon. You've got Aries, first sign of the zodiac. You've got the moon happening on the 1st. You've also got the moon happening in 11 degrees, and it's happening on an 11 day, speaking to the numerical energy of the calendar day. So you've got big master number energy coming with this moon, and I think that's a great way to start the new I don't hate my chair. I love my chair, but it makes a lot of noise. That's really good energy to start this new springtime thing with, because honestly, like, we start the year in the winter, but as far as the way we feel goes, it really doesn't feel like life gets started until we hit the spring, right? So it's kind of like we're picking up now, and we've got master number energy, master number 11 energy. So you've got 1, the energy of number 1. So you've got manifestation, we've got, you know, independence, new chapters, beginnings, coming into new spaces and new energies, but you've got that amplified and doubled. And that also breaks down into 2 when we're doing, you know, numerology calculations, which is all about things coming together in peace and balance and harmony. And then you've also got the master number energy lent to it as well. So there's that extra there's that extra spiritual component added to it too. So specifically speaking to 11 carries that energy of healing. So there goes that healing again. It's also a creative number, very artistic, like Midas touch creativity energy. And it is also a number of enlightenment. So this is a time when, you know, we go through the motions, and then we're also doing the work. But then sometimes we get to these spaces where we don't know how to proceed forward, right? This is a time in which things are going to be very clear. And although this is not a full moon and we're not really doing the illumination thing, because of the healing is going to be clearing out energy. And, you know, we don't give the fire element enough credit when we're speaking to healing. You know, we typically talk about water. Water is a healing element. Water is the main healing element, okay? However, fire needs to be thrown in there too, because fire comes in and burns things up, or burns things down, however you want to speak to it, to clear things out. And so you've got that fire element coupled with water. So you're burning up whatever needs to be burned up and washing away whatever needs to be washed away. And you have that fire and desire and that drive to move forward wherever life's currents are taking you. Okay, let's get poetic with it. All right. So this is really a time in which we're leveling up into the spaces that are going to put us into alignment with what we need to be in alignment with. I got a big note here in all caps. This is alignment time. Okay. So yeah, that's it for the energy for the moon. Speaking very quickly to rituals. For new moon rituals, what I tend to do, I write my intentions in a new moon journal. I work with stones and smells and sound as well. And before I give you guys specifics for the rituals, I do want to give a little note, because I've been seeing this a lot on the internet recently. Spirituality does have some guidelines that I would suggest maybe following, but spirituality doesn't have a set of rules. Okay, you guys? So don't let anybody tell you, oh, you can't do your new moon ritual on this day because blah, 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 blah. If you are not able to get your rituals done within the actual time of the lunation, or within that shadow period, which tends to be like 3 to 4 days prior to and after, you just have to take into account what energies you are working with. It's spiritual work is all about intention and moving energy, okay? So if you're not getting it done during the actual Aries new moon, say you got to wait until, say you got to work too much and you're tired and you just keep putting it off, and you can't get your rituals done until the moon is now in, I don't know, like Gemini. So when you get to the point to where you're doing your new moon rituals, you're still going to do everything that you were doing, but then you also have to take into consideration, okay, What are the energies of Gemini? What phase is the moon in currently as I'm sitting down to do this? And incorporate those things, those energies into the work that you are doing, okay? Now, if you can get into it during the actual transit, do that. And I would suggest working with colors for Aries, really hot colors for Aries, but I would suggest red. I personally associate Aries with red mostly, but you can use like yellows, reds, oranges. I like to write in my new moon journal with the color that I am working with as far as the zodiac energy. Speaking to new moon journals, guys, your new moon journal cannot be a random notebook like this. I mean, like it can look like this, but you don't want to have a whole bunch of other notes and other things in it. I have a journal that I bought back in 2017, and I literally only have new moon intentions in it. I do not rip papers out of it. I don't write notes in it. I don't do anything but new moon stuff in there. So if you want to get into your new moon journals, again, remember, spiritual work is all about energy. You're going to want to designate and intend and program one of your notebooks, a new notebook for your new moon intentions, okay? I also like to work with stones, and just to get a little bit deeper into it, I'm going to give you guys a little bit more information. I'm going to drop some more game on you guys. Hello, Aries. Whoo, that's a lot. Whoo, Sun, Mercury, and Mars. Oh, gosh. Hello, thank you for watching. That is intense. That is intense, but that also means that you get whatever it is that you want and need to get done. So, props to you. What was I talking about, you guys? Giving you guys some games. So I work with stones. When I read my intentions, I like to read my intentions out loud because your voice, your words, and your thoughts are very powerful, and speaking them out loud helps manifest them in the physical, okay? So what I like to do is hold the stones that resonate with the Aries or whatever zodiac I'm working with energy. So for Aries, you could do black kyanite, what else? Why am I drawing a blank on that? Black kyanite, fire agate, bloodstone, hypersthene, red jasper, ruby zoistite. There are other Aries stones, but if you want some suggestions, those are a few. If you like the sound of any of those stones, I'll have them linked down in the description box, and just keeping it very real, y'all, those are affiliate links for the stones. So if you get your stones from there, one, if you got Amazon Prime, you'll get them in a couple days, and you'll get them for the new moon. But if you get your stones down there, that actually does help me. That does support my channel, support my page, also support SunshinehazeCo as a business. So I definitely do appreciate it if you're thinking about getting some new moon ritual stones for the Aries season. If you would go into the description box when I put the stuff up there and actually grab them from those links. I'll have a few of them listed down there specific to Aries energy. I also like to work with smells, fragrances, and also sound. So as far as the smells go, I tend to stick with like the elements. So we're gonna do for Aries either citrusy or like spicy scents. I'll probably go citrusy, like sweet orange or like lemongrass or something like that. I also like to work with sounds, and I associate Aries because of all of that cardinal 1 energy with the first chakra, the base chakra, the root chakra. Also, just to get a little bit deeper, the earth star chakra, you could get if you want to get even more extensive. So I'll be listening to solfeggio frequencies on YouTube that are resonating with or have the energy of the root chakra, and it's really, you literally just get on YouTube and type in root chakra solfeggio, and a whole bunch of them come up. So that is literally how I do my intentions. I read them out loud, I hold the stones, and then I let the stones sit on the notebook somewhere close to a window, like, because in my head the moon is charging my notebook. But that's, you guys, that is just me. I have a wild imagination. But also a lot of the spirituality, the spiritual work has a lot to do with thinking through your intentions. So yeah, that's all I do for the rituals. That's all I got for you guys there. Just to break it back down, wrap it up, this Aries new moon is bringing in the energy of big healing and also big motivation. I'm ready to charge forward and make it happen. So be prepared to be doing work over the next month, honestly and truly. But more so work that you've been already preparing for. Like, this is a time when it's going to start picking up for you guys, for everybody. Just if you want an idea of where this initiative energy is coming in for you, take a look at your chart and compare it to the current transits. And again, Google is free. All you got to do is type in natal chart transits and then plug in your birth information, and it'll show you. And you can look at the aspects this current moon is making to planets and houses in your chart, you can also look at where the moon is passing over in your particular chart, okay? To get an idea of what is going on for you. So say, for instance, like you've got this in conjunction with, say you've got Venus in conjunction with this new moon happening. You might be coming into some new money. You might be coming into a new aesthetic, a new look, or you might even be meeting a new love interest. Just to give you guys a little bit of an idea of how those astrological transit and aspect energies work. Okay, that's all I got for you guys. People who are going to be most affected by this moon are people with their moons in Aries in 11 degrees, or a moon in 11 degrees, or a moon in Aries. This is definitely a moon that is going to come in and do some things for you, shake or shift some things in your lives. Also, it doesn't have to be exactly at 11. Within the orb, you'll feel this influence. In the orb for the degrees is typically like 6 to 7 degrees, but I tend to say it's more powerful around like 3 to 4. People with a lot of fire in their charts, a lot of Aries placements in their charts, a lot of cardinal, which is Aries, Libra, Cancer, and Capricorn placements in their charts, or aspects to those signs or placements in your chart. And also anywhere you have 11 degrees or anything within the orb of 11 degrees placed in your chart can give you some insight into how this new moon energy is going to be playing out within your life, okay? Now I'm done. Now I'm done with all of the new moon stuff. That's all I got for you guys. Check out I'll be putting up the April tarot forecast over the next month. And just so you guys know, I'm going to start doing the tarot forecast a little bit differently because it's really just a lot for me to record 24 videos a month. So I am going to start doing the general and the love and the finances all in one reading. So your tarot readings are going to be a little bit longer. I'll still be broadcasting them live, and I don't ever do them on a schedule. So, you know, you just pop in get in where you fit in, but they'll be on the page after I stream them. But I'll be putting those up over the next week, but I will not be doing separate, I won't be doing separate general and love readings anymore. It's all going to be grouped into one for you guys from now on, okay? Just, you know, work smarter, not harder, because I was really trying to, I really was recording 24 videos a month, and that's crazy. I don't have time for that. I also, I write for a living. I also have to write. So I don't have time for 24 videos, y'all. But I do have time for 12 and to put all the things in it. So when you come in for your tarot forecast, all of the things will be in the one reading, and I'll have those linked in here going up over the next week for all the signs. What else do I want you guys to watch coming up here shortly? Until those go up, you can check out the 2022 tarot forecast. I do have those up for the whole year. And those also cover all the things in the one reading. So if you want some quick insight, not quick, those are actually full readings. If you want a reading for the whole year, you can go and check that out. Also, whatever I will have linked down in here, I didn't put the description in before I had started streaming, so I'll do that within the next few minutes. So scrub back maybe 5 minutes and listen to me talk a little bit longer, and then by the time the video is over, again, I'll have links down in the description box for you guys, okay? Thank you for tuning in. If you like this content, like this video, enjoyed the free game, do me a favor and hit the little thumbs up button. If you want to keep up with, astrological transits, you want free tarot readings, you want, free spiritual wellness content, go on and hit the subscribe button. You can also share this video with any of your Aries friends. Also, anybody that's been tripping or going crazy with the communication, share this video with them. It's because we've got all of this fire energy, so words and communication is just off the chain. I've been popping off on people all weekend too. What else? I said subscribe. Thank you. Like. I don't know what the C is for. Oh, comment. If you have any questions or comments, drop them down below. I haven't said that in a video in a long time, so I'm I don't know what that is. And for those of you guys that are just tuning in or tune in all the time, I appreciate your views. I appreciate your likes. I appreciate your subscribes. If you want to support my small business even more, do me a favor and head into the description box where I have my tips and donation links, and go sprinkle some love on one of them little websites for me. All right, you guys, I appreciate y'all for tuning in. I will catch y'all next time. Happy new moon, happy spring, happy we are out of the cold for the most part and into some positive energy. I'm ready for it, even though I have only one fire placement in my chart, but It's good. It's lit. Literally, it's lit because we're in a fire season. So use this energy to your advantage. Tap into this cardinal Aries energy and get all the things done that you have been working on, that you have been wanting to do. Now is the time. I will catch y'all next time. Peace.